So when the original story is first pitched to you, building towards your retirement, how does that happen? Do they pitch it? Do you pitch it? Who brings the
Oh,
idea to
no,
them?
no, no. You know me, I never wanted to retire. Right? I'll never retire. No, actually, she doesn't remember it, but I tell her all the time. Stephanie McMahon called me while I was in Japan and said, w- and she doesn't recall this, but I don't forget a lot of things that are really big, impactful in my life. And she said, "We're going to retire you at WrestleMania. What do you think?" Oh, I mean, she didn't like demanding, and you'll be the first active wrestler to ever retire and then have his last match. And I went, "Oh God, I guess it sounds pretty cool." But I probably thought to myself, or I may have even said, "Do I have to retire?" And then I got back and Vince laid the whole thing out to me, and I said, "Yeah." I said, "Well, who am I going to wrestle?" He said, "Shawn Michaels wants to wrestle you." I said, "Shawn Michaels? How am I going to keep up with him?" And that's literally what I said. And I told Shawn, I said, "Shit, I can't keep up with you." He said, "I'll do it all." He actually said to me, "You just keep your mouth shut and just let me lay this out. Don't say a word." That's what he said to me, which
Wow.
which he's entitled to do.
And it worked out. I mean, what a magical moment. As best I can tell, you were in Japan on February 11th and February 12th. You had 2 shows in Tokyo. Uh, the second night, you
Yeah,
wrestled William Regal.
yeah, that's where I was in Japan when Stephanie called me. Yeah. See now, my memory's not that bad.
No, not at all. The day before you were with Ken Kennedy, you get a win, but with the figure four, and the pre-match stipulation was that you would retire if you lost the bout. And of course, we kept that going with William Regal. The next day, you beat him with a figure four. And again, the pre-match stipulation is you would retire if you lost the bout. I remember this very well
Yeah.
because I think everybody sort of assumed, well, it's going to happen eventually. You're going to have to lose eventually. How did you wind up with Sean as the opponent? That was just what Vince laid out, and that's what he told you
No,
Sean wanted?
Sean wanted to do it. Yeah, as a matter of fact, I'm so flattered. I think about this. Sean said, "Why can't I do the retirement speech too?" I mean, I was so flattered that both he and Hunter wanted to do this. But at the same time, I still, no matter what, at that time in my life, I just had a very difficult time. Um, my self confidence. Once you lose it, I mean, I had days where it was great, but you can only imagine wrestling Shawn Michaels in front of 70,000 people. What that was like for me. I mean, I couldn't sleep at night. I didn't. I remember. I remember I wasn't drinking during the weekend. It was so much fun that we are in Orlando, of course. And Michael Hayes looked at me and said, "What's wrong with you, you stupid son of a bitch? You've been drunk before every match you've ever had in your entire life," which is true. What are you doing walking around drinking a Diet Coke? I said, "You're right." So I got hammered.
To
No,
be clear, I don't think you mean the day of the show. You mean the night before the show.
night before, absolutely. I never drank during the day of a show unless I was in Puerto Rico because I was afraid to get to the venue and of getting killed. But which or San Domingo would apply for that too. No, I just was so uptight and nervous, and I wanted it to be great. My whole family was there. It was like once in a lifetime moment. I look back on that now, and I watch every year faithfully, and I have for a long time. And I know it was cool that Hulk slammed Andre, but man, I'm telling you, I watched Harley Race slam and suplex Andre 10 times.
Yeah.
When I used to go, Harley, I only asked him once, of course. I said, "Harley, did you ask Andre if he did that?" Ricky, I said, suplex slam, kick out on 2.5. Why would I ask him anything?
That's fantastic.
God is. I mean, he vertically suplexed Andre in Greensboro twice. I saw it, so I was like, "Oh, okay." So when Hulk landed him, but a different time frame, and Andre's back was so bad, but Harley bounced him around like he was a regular guy. So,
Yeah.
but that's Harley.
Well, I can't wait for us to actually watch the WrestleMania match